Adobe has surprised us again with this new AI feature in Adobe Illustrator, and that's generative shape fill. As the name suggests, we can fill our shapes with generative AI. Let's take a look at what exactly it has. Alright, so let's have a shape here. Wow, very creative. Okay, let's turn off this fill. You can try with fill on and you will see the results are not very good, so it's best to turn it off. Okay, we have this bar here. In case you're not getting this bar, you can go to object and click generative shape fill and you will get this whole panel. Okay, so now that I have this panel, let's just click. This is my previous prompt. Let's add the same prompt, colorful floral or flowers, and click on generate. Okay, so here is our result. Not too bad. Let's try some other thing. Colorful spring, small spring flowers with leaves, colorful area. Because in AI it's all about the prompts that you give, so it's better you give as detailed prompts as you can. Alright, I think this is a very good result. I like it. So when we look at it from a distance, it looks very nice, but if we zoom in, I think the result is not very sharp. So if I had to create this manually, I am 110% sure my results would be much clear, crisp and better than this. But for a quick job, I think this is a very good option. Alright, so one feature is you can create a fill in a shape. You can write in anything and then you can create. Apart from fill, we can, so I think also the usage of this type of graphics can be for greetings, like let's say we have here and here we write a nice text. Hello spring or welcome spring. Yeah, I think for greetings and stuff like that, this is a very good option. But if you are doing professional work, this is not going to work. For quick jobs, low paying jobs, or for your personal use, I think it's fine. It's just fine, not wow, I would say. So these type of graphics, and then we can add, you know, more shapes here. Like let's say we want to add a random shape here. I want to add it here. So here, generative shape, I'm going to use the same command, but here on the shape strength, I don't want it to be too tight. I want it to loose because I don't want the shapes to fill exactly in this shape. Detail maximum, it's fine. Now let's click generate. As I said, we have to switch this off. Alright, so now you can see we have the same quality, same style of flowers and different variations. Yeah, let's just use view, trim view. It's really nice, like based on the time it takes and the result. I think for greetings like this, it's very nice. Alright, so this was about the shape. Now we can use this. Let's take a new artboard. So not only on like just these shapes, we can add this to text also. It's ultimately the same thing. Let's use a bold font. Sorry, I'm not being very creative with the fonts because I'm focused on this features part. Let's write a text. Love. Very creative once again. Go to type and create outlines. Of course, it's the same thing. So let's just remove the fill. Now this is also in the form of shape, and let's write something here. Colorful small hearts, Valentine's. I don't know. Okay. It's very bad result. It's very bad. So I think the trick here would be not to use all the letters in one go, but rather use one letter at a time. Wow, look at it. Now we are talking. Let's use Control H so we can see the results, right? I think it's really beautiful. So if you are playing with, if you want a particular text, the trick is to not use all the letters in one go. Use one alphabet at a time. Now we're going to use same prompt for all these letters and see the results. Very good option. I really like it. Alright. Same way we're going to use for this. Okay, the styles are not matching, but I think these two are matching well. Let's go with it once. Alright, so we have the letter love. They are of different styles, but I think with few hit and trials, we will be able to get the desired results very easily. Okay, so that's how you can add. So that's how you can use generative fill for your text and alphabets. Now here's another beautiful use. Let's say you have a very simple doodle. Let's draw something very, very rough today. Please don't judge my drawing from here. Sorry, let's do it with the pen tool only. Reflect, and we have a very basic fish here. Now let's go to Pathfinder window, Pathfinder, and click on join. Now we have this one shape. Now let's try generate. I don't know if I should have combined it or not, but I think it will give better results. generative shape, and now let's write colorful fish. Generate. So you just gave it a very basic shape, and it's going to convert it into a detailed illustration. Not bad, but I think we made the same mistake. Just turn off this fill from here. Do remember to turn off the fill, otherwise you'll get very bad results. Alright, so it has followed the shape very closely. Okay, we have these results. Not too bad. Not too bad. But if we take closer look, the results are very bad. Like if we generally do the shading and we remove the shading, we will be having this complete shape below. So definitely not going to take our job. But yeah, we can take references from here. For example, shape of eye, placement of eye, and the pattern. I think for these type of things it's going to be very useful. Alright, so there's one more thing that we have to take a look at. If we click on this icon that says shape, strength and detail, so right now it's taking the shape very seriously because I have chosen it tight. Now let's make the shape loose and detail as it is. Now if we generate the shape that will use, it will use very like in a subtle way, just to take a little reference, not 100% as it is. Alright, now you see it's not following the shape very precisely, but the results are not. I don't really like it. Honestly, I am not too impressed with this, but still, as said, for referencing and for quick job where you are not going to use it as a big part of your design, small elements, this can be used very nicely. So yeah, very good. There's one more feature that I really like. So let's go back to our very complicated shape. So let's say I want to add particular style of flowers or anything to it. We can do that also. Okay, let's say I want to add this type of flowers. Alright, let's say I want to add this type of flowers and colors. Now if we click here, generative shape, blue flowers, and decorative, leaves. And now if we click on the style references, just click and choose a set and just click over here. It has picked that, you can see it here. And then we go to effects. Here we can select whether we want comic or flat or geometric, doodle or whatever. So right now I'm not going to use it because we have already picked a style. But as such, if you are generating without style reference, you can choose your style also, right? And then I'm going to use the shape, strength, detailing maximum. Now click on generate. The results very good. I love it, but I made the same mistake, not switching this off. Now let's use the same thing. Style is there, everything's there. Let's just click on generate. Oh my god, just look at it. Beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. You can't tell the difference in first look. And the shape also has been followed very closely. Alright, so this was, I think, all the features of generative shape fill. Let me know if you have tried this. What are the other use cases of this type of feature? And if you have any comments or suggestion, let me know. I'll try to reply any comment if I get on YouTube. Thank you. I'll see you in next video. And yes, please subscribe the channel so I can get a little motivation and create better content for you guys. Bye.